read that you'd been working on this film since, or at least the idea, since 2005-ish?
Yeah, I think the idea maybe started around 2005, 2006. After working on Kill Bill with Quentin as a composer and everything, I wanted to, I got this urge to want to be a director. And so I became his student. And you know, he always told me, you know, the best thing to do is write. You know, like I'm an artist, I write hip-hop songs. He's like, you know, write your ideas. And I just started writing my ideas, and I finally wrote this particular screenplay. And read it to a few buddies, Eli being one of the first buddies I read it to. And he just loved it, and he was geeking, laughing about it. And it needed, you know, some other things to make it more stronger. And we decided to actually combine together, rewrite it, and make it into what we call an epic.
I mean, having Quentin as a mentor must be one of the best things that could happen to anyone. What kind of lessons did he teach you?
First of all, we know he's a genius, but he's also an encyclopedia of information when it comes to films. And so, you know, we would watch films from all different genres, and you know, he has all these books in his library that he gave me access to. You know, I would come over his house and just crash out, you know. And but he gave me a lot of advice, and he allowed me to watch him make his movies. You know, from Kill Bill 1 and 2, from Death Proof, Glorious Bastards. I would pop up on the set and just, you know, do the knowledge. And when I felt that I was ready and I had enough wisdom, I went to him, me and Eli together, said, well, RZA wants to now direct his first film. And Quentin was like, I think he's ready, let's go for it. We put together a cool plan and we did it.
I've watched the first trailer that's come out, and it really is amazing. How did you come up with the details with the weapons? Because everything's really detailed in this.
Well, I'm a geek for the old martial art films, sci-fi, Star Wars, and all these type of things, and comic books. And so I just kind of immersed the world of things together. You know, when you're thinking of creating, you know, like lyrics, for instance, for music, we always brag about things. Like I have a character called Bobby Digital that says he jumps off the roof down 40 feet, laying down and start rapping. You know, it's imagination. So I just took my imagination and took ideas from some ancient Chinese weapons and altered them. You know, in our movie, we have many different clans: Lion Clan, Wolf Clan, Hyena Clan, Rodent Clan, and all these type of things. And so I made weapons that related to the lions. For instance, you know, a lion is known for a strong claw. So I said, I want the weapon to have a strong claw, and it hooks over and it grab you when you block it. You know, all these different kind of ideas I was coming with, and had a great production designer, and we brought it to life.
Were there any ideas that got cut from the final product?
Oh, wow. That was something I learned as a first-time director, is that a lot of stuff does end on the editing room floor. But Eli Roth, being an experienced guy himself, was a good guide for me. You know, like somebody that, you know, he was there through the whole process. And when I would get like frustrated, he'd go, Bobby, trust me, I've been here before. You gotta let it go. I go, nah, man, this is the, and you know, so it was, you know, we had a lot of those type of moments, you know, making a film. But like I said, I had a great team of people around me, a great cast of people, you know, with Russell Crowe and Dave Bautista, Rick Yoon, you know, all these people coming together for me, bringing this vision to life. You know, even got the great Pam Grier to come and play a mother scene, which was, for me, like, I remember talking to my wife, right? I was like, well, baby, you know, we got Russell, we got Rick, you know, we got Lucy Liu, we got Pam Grier. You got Pam Grier? Oh, baby! So, you know, this is fun. It's a fun film.
Tell me how your music background influences you as a filmmaker. Are they totally separate, or? Well,
they're separate, but they're also interchangeable. You know, music is something that's, you know, that's also painting pictures. With music, and you know, you want the sound to make the pictures, or you'll write a lyric, whereas the word would give an image in your head. But with film, it's like a picture could say 1,000 words. And with film, you got 30 frames per second. So imagine how many words are coming into the audience mind. So you know, you got to take that into consideration. I took it into consideration for every shot we did. You know, I made sure that like I put something in the frame that if the audience would see this. You know, one of the first guys that helped me also in the film business was Jim Jarmusch, when I did Ghost Dog, and he has a special style of filming. And I utilized his style also mixed with Tarantino's style, mixed with my own sensibility. And I would kind of like set scenes up and be like, okay, if Jim would have been here, he'll hold the camera this long. But Quentin would make the dialogue so great. But I love action. So let's try to make all this happen into the scene. And in some cases, I pulled out some unique things in it.
Are there other filmmakers that you admire?
Oh man, there's a slew. I mean, Ridley Scott, one of the greatest directors alive. John Woo, a father of the Hong Kong cinema and the modern day guns and his style. And there's also a great director, which America may not know about, one named Chang Che from China, and La Ka Lung. These directors, I've watched all their films growing up as a kid, and they make very unique brotherhood films and a lot of blood and violence, but it still has this tone of brotherhood. And those films inspired me to make my Wu-Tang Clan music, and those directors also inspired me to make the film I made and the films I'm going to make in the future.
Now, after this film, you'll probably have opportunities to do more. Are you planning on balancing that and music at the same time, or are you committing to just film for a while?
Well, I'm in love with film. I have they call it the gift and the curse. When I finished Iron Fists, right, I handed it to the studio and I had all this temp music in it, and I was like, I'm done, it's my director's cut. And they was like, well, aren't you gonna score it? I said, no, I'm not gonna score the film. I wrote it and directed it. We think you should score it. I said, no. And so they said, no, you should. I complained about it. So I go to Quentin, I go, Quentin, they asked me to score the film. I said, Bobby, who else is gonna score it? And so therefore, I also had the right to score. I got my buddy Howard Drawson to come on board and help me. But film and music, art has a very similar wavelength. I realized that. And so they're very intertwined. And for me, it's, they both go hand in hand.
And you mentioned that you enjoy the Comic-Con scene. Are you going to be a tourist this year, or is it just
Unfortunately, this year I won't get a chance to probably tour as much as I like. I love San Diego's a great city, first of all. I mean, it's just one of them cities where I like to come. I like to get on the bike and have the guy ride me around, and you feel free in the city. And Comic-Con is always a great place to come. But this year I'll be working. So all the Comic-Con fans, you go enjoy yourselves, and if you see me, I'll wave, but I don't think I'll get to have as much fun as I normally would. Maybe a few parties at night though.